If you're wide awake at 2 a.m., again staring at the ceiling, asking yourself, why can't I just sleep through the night? This video is for you because here's the truth. After 60, your body doesn't stop needing sleep, but it does stop producing the signals that used to guide you into deep, uninterrupted rest. That's not your fault, it's biology. And no, popping another sleeping pill isn't the answer. You don't need to knock yourself out. You need to teach your body how to sleep again. Today, I'll show you a green banana recipe. Yes, a simple green banana that's been quietly helping thousands of older adults fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and finally wake up feeling like themselves again. It's not a trend. It's not a gimmick. It's real food giving your nervous system exactly what it's been missing. If your nights feel endless and your mornings feel like recovery, stay right here. This might be the most practical and surprising solution you've never tried. Part 1. Waking up at night after 60 isn't normal, let's be honest. Waking up at 2:17 a.m. every single night is not just frustrating, it's exhausting. And yet so many older adults have come to believe this is just the way it is after 60. Doctors say it, friends say it, you might have even said it to yourself. This is just part of getting older. But what if that belief is quietly stealing your energy, your focus, your emotional balance? What if the truth is this isn't aging, it's a signal, and you've been missing it? You see, your body wasn't designed to live off naps and broken sleep. Even at 65, 70, 75 years old, your brain still needs long stretches of deep, uninterrupted rest to repair tissue, clear toxins, reset hormones, and support memory and mood. This isn't a luxury, it's biology. But here's where things change after 60. Your body gets quieter. It stops shouting when something's wrong. Instead, it whispers. And waking up at night is one of those whispers. It's your body saying something's out of sync. The first shift that happens with age is melatonin. You used to produce it easily, your brain got darker, your body cooled down, and melatonin flooded in. That signal told every cell time to power down. But now, your melatonin might show up late or not at all. Without it, your sleep cycles break apart. You fall asleep, but you don't stay there. You drift in and out like a radio station that keeps losing signal. Next comes your nervous system. Over time, your sympathetic system, the one that keeps you alert and on edge, stays active longer into the evening. You try to relax, but your brain keeps scanning for problems. That's why you fall asleep only to jolt awake a few hours later with racing thoughts, a tight chest, or a need to use the bathroom. It's not your bladder, it's your nervous system that never fully powered down. And then there's your heart. Yes, your heart can wake you up. If potassium or magnesium levels are off even slightly, your heart rate can shift at night. That triggers your brain to go on alert. You wake up suddenly not knowing why. No nightmare, no noise, just awake. Again, poor circulation is another silent culprit. Ever notice how your hands and feet get cold at night? That's not just annoying, it's a sleep disruptor. Cold extremities signal to your brain that you're not fully safe. When your blood vessels tighten or your temperature drops too low, your body enters protection mode, not rest mode. You won't sink into deep sleep because your body thinks it's still dealing with something. Blood sugar also plays a role. If your dinner was too light or if your glucose drops during the night, your brain perceives it as a threat. It pumps out cortisol, your stress hormone, just to stabilize things. And guess what cortisol does? It wakes you up, not gently, not peacefully, like a fire alarm in the dark. Now, here's the thing, none of this makes you weak. None of this means you're broken. It means you're sensitive, and that sensitivity is a strength if you know how to respond to it. Your body isn't demanding loud solutions. It's asking for steady support. But if you don't listen, if you keep brushing it off as just aging, then these gentle signals become nightly interruptions. You stop feeling rested even after 8 hours in bed. You start the day foggy, irritable, craving coffee just to feel alive. And the worst part, you stop trusting your body. You start thinking sleep is something you have to fight for, chase after, or drug yourself into. That's not peace, that's survival, and you were made for more than that. The good news, when you understand what's really happening, what your body's trying to tell you, you can work with it. You can give it what it needs. No forcing, no tricking. Just real nourishment that restores the rhythm your body has always known. That's why the next part of this video matters. Because there's a quiet, natural way to respond to every one of these imbalances. And it starts with something so simple, so familiar, that it might surprise you: a green banana. Part 2: Why green bananas are nature's sleep signal. If you've ever looked at a green banana and thought, "That's not ready yet," you're not alone. Most of us avoid unripe bananas because we assume they're bitter, hard to digest, or just plain unappetizing. But here's the twist. That green banana you passed up at the grocery store last week, it might be one of the most powerful natural tools to reset your sleep cycle, especially after 60. Let's start with what makes green bananas different. Unlike ripe bananas, which are full of natural sugars and soft texture, green bananas are rich in something called resistant starch. This type of starch doesn't break down quickly like sugar. Instead, it moves slowly through your digestive system, feeding healthy gut bacteria and helping to regulate your blood sugar overnight. Why does that matter? Because sudden drops in blood sugar between 1 and 4 a.m. are one of the most common yet overlooked reasons older adults wake up in the middle of the night. Your brain senses that dip and releases cortisol, your stress hormone, to bring your levels back up. And cortisol is the enemy of restful sleep. But the magic of green bananas goes deeper. They contain significantly higher levels of magnesium and potassium than their ripe counterparts. These two minerals are crucial, especially for aging bodies. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system and encourages the production of melatonin, your primary sleep hormone. It also regulates GABA, a brain chemical that slows your mental activity and transitions you into rest. Potassium, on the other hand, plays a key role in relaxing your muscles, preventing nighttime cramps and keeping your heart rhythm steady. When your heart is steady, your body stays relaxed. And when your muscles aren't twitching or tightening in the night, you're far less likely to wake up. Vitamin B6 is another quiet powerhouse inside green bananas. It's essential for converting tryptophan, a common amino acid, into serotonin, the mood-stabilizing hormone that also helps you feel calm and safe. From there, serotonin becomes melatonin. This isn't guesswork, it's the actual biological pathway your body relies on to shift from alertness to rest. And guess what? That pathway gets weaker as we age. That's why supplementing your diet with these raw ingredients, not in pill form but in food form, can be so effective. Your body recognizes it, it responds to it. What's most beautiful about using green bananas for sleep is that they don't force anything. This isn't like taking a sedative. You're not overriding your system. You're simply giving it the exact nutrients it's quietly craving. You're saying to your body, hey, here's what you've been missing. Do what you were made to do. And this matters especially as we get older, because so much of the health advice out there either ignores people over 60 or treats them like fragile versions of their younger selves. But the truth is, you're wiser now. Your body is still capable of healing, balancing, and resting deeply. It just needs signals it can still recognize. Green bananas are one of those signals. The best part, they're inexpensive, they're easy to find, and they're incredibly versatile. Whether you steep them into a warm tea, mix them into a nighttime powder, or simply use the peel for a calming foot soak, the benefits remain the same. Less tossing and turning, fewer wake-ups, and a more natural rhythm that allows your nights to feel like rest, not struggle. You don't have to understand every scientific detail to know when something works. Your body will tell you, and if you've been waiting for a simple, natural way to support better sleep, without side effects, without complicated routines, this might be it. Not because it's trendy, but because it's aligned with what your body has always known how to do: rest, restore, and reset when given the right signal. And for many people, that signal starts with a humble green banana. Part 3 Gentle Sleep Recipes with Green Bananas. If your body has been asking for rest, but nothing seems to work, sometimes the answer isn't another pill or a new gadget. Sometimes it's about sending your nervous system a clear, consistent signal. It's time to wind down. Green bananas can do exactly that when prepared the right way. In this part, I'll share 3 simple recipes using green bananas that older adults have quietly embraced into their nightly routines. No noise, no hype, just warmth, nutrients, and a slow return to sleep that actually feels natural again. Recipe 1: Warm green banana and ginger steep. This is not banana tea in the traditional sense. You're not boiling it until it turns sweet. Instead, you're letting the nutrients gently infuse like a steeped herbal tea. Here's how: slice 1 small green banana, peeled or unpeeled depending on your digestion. Place it in a mug or small pot. Add a few slices of fresh ginger for warmth and circulation. Pour in 2 cups of hot but not boiling water. Cover and let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink slowly about an hour before bed. What does it do? The resistant starch from the banana and the anti-inflammatory compounds from ginger work together to calm your digestive system, promote warmth in the body, and set your internal rhythm into rest mode. Many people say it feels like their thoughts slow down, their limbs feel heavier in a comforting way, and they don't need background noise to fall asleep. Recipe 2: green banana and lotus seed night powder. This one is perfect if you tend to feel a little hungry or restless after dinner. It's not just a snack, it's a remedy in disguise. Here's how: slice green banana into thin rounds. Do the same with lotus seeds, available at many natural food stores or online. Dry both in a low-temperature oven or sun-dry until crisp. Then grind into a fine powder. Mix 1 tablespoon with warm water or a little almond milk. Add a touch of honey if desired, but not too much. Why it works: green banana provides the magnesium and B6 to promote melatonin, while lotus seeds support calming brain function and reduce late-night restlessness. It's especially helpful for people who tend to wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., feeling alert for no reason. The slow-digesting fiber also stabilizes blood sugar, so your brain doesn't trigger cortisol during the night. Recipe 3: green banana peel foot soak. Sometimes the fastest way to calm your mind is through your feet. If your hands and feet are often cold at night, or if your mind races even when you're physically tired, this method sends a strong signal to your nervous system. It's okay to shut down now. Here's how: save the peels from 1 to 2 green bananas. Rinse well in a small pot. Bring 4 cups of water to a boil. Add the banana peels and 1 tablespoon of sea salt. Simmer for 10-15 minutes. Pour into a foot basin and let it cool slightly. Soak your feet for 15-20 minutes before bed. What happens? The tannins in the peel help relax the small vessels in your feet, which improves circulation and soothes overactive nerves. The warmth itself is therapeutic, but the banana compounds absorbed through the skin and the calming scent create a full-body message that it's time to stop pushing and start resting. Each of these recipes is simple. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need to be perfect. You just need consistency. When practiced as a gentle ritual, not a cure or a quick fix, your body begins to respond. Not overnight, maybe, but within days, many people notice a shift. Less tossing, fewer sudden wake-ups, and a quiet return to the kind of sleep they thought was gone for good. In the next part of this video, I'll share a few things you need to know before starting. Simple reminders to help you avoid common mistakes and make this journey to better sleep safe, calm, and truly healing. Part 4: what to know before you start. Before you try any of the green banana recipes we just covered, there's something important you need to hear, not as a warning, but as a quiet reminder from someone who's been where you are. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to get everything just right. But you do need to understand a few gentle truths about how your body works after 60 and how to support it safely. First, the quality of your banana matters. This may sound small, but it's not. Choose clean, organic bananas when possible, or at least rinse them well under warm water and scrub the peel. Why? Because pesticide residue or preservatives, harmless to many, can irritate the sensitive nervous systems of older adults. You're not fragile, you're just more finely tuned now. Your body notices things it used to ignore, so give it the cleanest signals possible. Second, these recipes are not intended for pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, or anyone with highly sensitive digestion. Green bananas are cooling and fibrous. If your stomach already reacts strongly to raw vegetables, cold drinks, or high-fiber foods, start slow or skip it. This isn't about pushing through, it's about listening in. If something feels off, your body is not being dramatic, it's being wise. Third, this is a remedy for mild sleep disruption, not severe insomnia, panic attacks, or trauma-related sleep loss. If your sleeplessness has lasted for months or years and is deeply affecting your mood, memory, or ability to function, please speak to your doctor. No natural recipe, no matter how wholesome, can replace medical care when it's truly needed. There is no shame in needing more support, and there is power in knowing when you've reached that point. Fourth, don't expect miracles on night 1. This is not a pill. There's no guarantee you'll fall into a perfect 8-hour sleep the first time you try banana tea or foot soaking. That's not how nature works. Think of it more like tuning a piano. You try a note, listen, adjust. Over a few nights, 3, 5, maybe 7, your body will begin to respond to the rhythm. The key is consistency, not intensity. If you only try it once, your body may not recognize the signal. If you try it gently night after night, the message becomes clearer. It's okay to rest now. And finally, be mindful of expectations. If you go into this hoping to be fixed, you'll miss the real gift. The goal here isn't control, it's partnership. You're not forcing your body to sleep. You're giving it space, nutrients, and signals so it can remember how. That's a very different energy. That's healing, not hacking. So before you begin, take a breath. Make this something kind, not just another item on your to-do list. Choose one recipe, prepare it simply. Do it at the same time each night. Dim the lights, turn off the news, and let your body know we're done for the day. This is the signal you've been missing, not loud, not complicated, just clear and consistent. Because when your nervous system finally feels safe again, sleep doesn't have to be chased. It returns. Part 5. Real people, real peace. Let me share something personal, not mine, but from the people who have tried these green banana recipes and quietly reclaimed their nights. These aren't flashy testimonials, no dramatic before and after pictures, just honest voices from everyday adults over 60 who were tired of feeling tired. One woman, 68, told me, "I used to wake up like someone turned on a switch inside me, 1:17 a.m. almost every night. I'd lie there for hours trying everything, breathing apps, chamomile tea, even old TV reruns, nothing helped. Then I tried the banana tea, just 1 cup, no sugar, no tricks. The first night I felt calmer. By the third night I didn't even realize I'd slept straight through until I woke up to sunlight. I hadn't seen a full sunrise from my bed in years." A retired vet in his 70s said, "I was skeptical. I've seen a lot, done a lot, and the idea that a banana could help me sleep sounded ridiculous. But the powder mixed with lotus seeds, something about it worked. My body didn't feel jolted awake at 3 a.m. like it usually does. I felt heavy in a good way, like I didn't have to brace myself for the night anymore." Another man, 63, had this to say, "I didn't tell anyone I was trying it, not my kids, not even my wife. I just started soaking my feet every night with banana peel water. It became my little ritual, no expectations, but something about sitting still, letting the warmth hit my feet, slowed everything down. My mind wasn't racing when I got into bed. That's new for me." None of these people were looking for a miracle. They weren't trying to go viral with a sleep hack. They were just tired of feeling out of rhythm with their own bodies. What they found wasn't instant, but it was real, a slower heart rate, a quieter mind, a steadier mood the next day, not every night perfect, but enough to believe that something had shifted. That's what peace looks like when you're older. It's not about sleeping like a baby. It's about not fearing the night. It's about waking up and realizing you didn't have to fight your way through it. And that feeling, that small, quiet return of control, is more powerful than any over-the-counter promise. You may be listening to this thinking, "That's great for them, but will it work for me?" I can't answer that, but your body can, and it will if you give it a steady rhythm, not a one-time fix. These aren't people who had better luck. They just kept it simple. One recipe, one time each night. No pressure, just repetition. This isn't magic, it's memory. Your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep, it's just waiting for the right signal. And sometimes that signal comes not from technology or therapy, but from a piece of food we've overlooked. A green banana, a bit of warmth, a few minutes of calm, that's it. In the next and final part, I'll show you how to turn this into your own rhythm, something small, doable, and repeatable. Because peace doesn't come when you finally sleep. It begins the moment you stop fighting yourself. The truth is, you were never broken. You were never too old, too far gone, or too late to sleep again. What changed wasn't your ability, it was the signals. And over time, as life grew louder and stress grew heavier, those signals faded. But your body didn't forget, it's still listening. It's just been waiting for something familiar, something gentle to guide it back. Everything we've explored in this video, melatonin, magnesium, resistant starch, vitamin B6, it's not about chasing the latest health trend. It's about restoring a conversation between your body and your brain, one that says, you are safe, you can let go, you are allowed to rest. Science tells us that as we age, the chemistry of sleep changes. Hormones decline, circadian rhythms shift, recovery slows down. But here's what science also tells us. The human body is remarkably adaptive. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your nervous system can still learn, it can still respond. It can still heal, especially when given what it recognizes: warmth, nutrients, consistency, and calm. Green bananas don't sedate you. They don't force your body to shut down. They nourish it. They support the sleep pathways that have always existed in you, quietly waiting, patiently resting beneath the noise of restless nights and tired mornings. This is your invitation to return, not to some idealized version of sleep, but to something real. A cup of tea, a foot soak, a spoonful of something warm, done not in urgency but with intention. And when repeated gently, your body begins to trust again. It starts to remember what rest feels like, not just physically but emotionally, not just sleep but peace. So tonight, choose one small practice. Maybe it's banana tea, maybe it's the powder, maybe it's soaking your feet while the lights are low. Then listen, not for perfection, but for any moment that feels softer. A breath that goes a little deeper, a thought that lets go a little easier. That's the signal, that's the beginning, because rest isn't something you have to fight for, it's something you were made for, and you still deserve it.